The reason I wanted Bright Care involved is it was giving me the choice. Instead of sort of any help from social services or whatever, where it would have been limited. I wouldn't have had the choice of who really came to the house. Whereas with Bright Care, I could choose. I could choose the hours I wanted them. The hours were flexible. And if for any reason Andrea, who came, didn't work out, they would have accommodated me and they'd have got somebody else. I know that. But as it turned out, it was never the case. My husband never was that bad that he didn't remember people. He'd forget their names, but he always remembered somebody who'd come to the house or whatever. And Andrea was never a stranger. Once she'd come in, initially she came in, and after the first week, it was just as though she'd always been coming. And I think actually what it also did, it gave peace of mind to my family. They knew that I was getting a break, their dad was being well looked after. They weren't going to be called on in an emergency to drop everything straight away because somebody else would take control if that ever happened.
I live in Edinburgh, my brother's in London, and I've got one in Aberdeen as well, and obviously folks based in Bridge of Island. So we can't really be there all of the time. So for us, it was really important to actually have support from my mum. And you know, every meeting that I'd been to where there had been any other carers from the profession, if you like, giving some guidance, the name Bright Care kept on popping up. So for me and my brothers, I know that it was a huge comfort to know that actually we're getting people almost without prompting, they're saying the word, the name Bright Care. So for us, we felt that, you know, whilst we'd love to have been there more often, the fact of the matter is having Bright Care there, you know, was, you know, peace of mind for us, and you know, we felt as if we'd done the best possible job for our dad. So going through the process really was an interesting thing, because actually my mum was caring for my dad really well. Actually, what we were almost more concerned about was my mum and how, you know, her life had just got kind of smaller and smaller. It's a weight to kind of lift in and out of bed, on and off the toilet. So actually things like that, and almost the relentless, never-ending nature of care, it was almost more as much for my mum as it was for my dad, to be honest with you. So during the process, we would often say to mum, you need to have care. Oh no, I can do it myself. You know, he's not that bad. And actually, you know, no one else would be able to do what I do. Or your dad probably wouldn't be comfortable. It's never ending, it's relentless care. So we kept chipping away at my mum, saying, look, you know, is now the time. But then there was a period of delirium that my dad went through for, I don't know, it was maybe a few days to a week. And I don't know if anyone's ever seen someone with delirium, but it's a horrible sight. And I thought, oh God, how could you possibly cope with that? And really, that for us was the big trigger to say, come on, we need to, if this happens again, I don't want, me or any of my brothers wanted my mum to go through what we had seen again without any support. So at that point, we knew we needed to have someone else there.
He just accepted the fact that he needed the help, and that it was a professional that was giving him the help as well. Somebody who became a friend, but also she was professional in the help that she gives. So he never lost his dignity, no. And he was never meant to feel as though he had.
If anyone's ever in that situation where, you know, a loved one needs to be cared for, then, you know, without hesitation, I would have to say, you know, pick up the phone to Bright Care, because now I don't know, there are other providers out there and I'm sure they're good, but for us, what we know to be true is that Bright Care was just excellent. So yeah, we'd thoroughly recommend Bright Care.
I hope I never need Bright Care myself, but definitely I want my family to involve Bright Care if ever it became necessary for me. I can't recommend them highly enough, that I would even be comfortable with having them myself.